100. In my mentor crib, one of his plethora of cribs, right? And I just wanted to say, man, the value that I got out of the day alone, I'm not even speaking on yesterday, but the value I got out of the day, like this is an Airbnb, but this one of the cribs he could go into in multiple cities and just pop up if it's not booked. Like if this joint was booked on Airbnb, he could go to another crib a block away and be like, all right, I'm gonna chill here, because that's something small to him. Know how powerful that is to somebody that don't own a crib. And we talking about a person that got hundreds of properties. You know what I mean? But the value I got out of the day, bro, shit just make me want to say, I'm about to quit the camera game. And don't get me wrong, I love the community. I love what I do. I love editing. A lot of people don't love editing. Everybody just want to shoot, but I actually love editing. But the time it take to edit, 4 hours, you feel me? The time it take to edit, bro, compared to what they make off real estate for a little $300, $400, you feel me? Is nothing compared to what you make in real estate, flipping, selling, wholesaling, all this crazy stuff. The type of numbers that's out there, 400,000 for selling the crib. It might not be profit, but just to have those numbers, just to play with those type figures is crazy. You feel what I'm saying? So I don't want to be working for the rest of my life. And the camera is like any other thing as a job. Like just because you're an entrepreneur don't mean that don't equal freedom. And even if you get into real estate and stuff like that, that don't necessarily mean freedom. But you do less and get more if you learn that skill. Like right now, I don't have to go into a job if I don't want to. Like it's easier for me to make $1,000 in 2-3 days if I got those jobs lined up than a person would make in 3 weeks. You feel what I'm saying? Now take that on a real estate scale. They could make $50,000 in 2 months. It would take me a year, 2 years to make that. So that's the next level thinking that I'm on. What opened up my eyes in these last couple days. Of course, you get your credit. I've been got my credit together, but now after you get your credit together, you got to learn how to use it or leverage it. You feel what I'm saying? So instead of if you found a way to take $50,000 or get $50,000 loan from a bank, what would you do with it? When somebody asked me that question years ago, it was like, oh, I'm gonna invest it, but how you gonna invest it? You don't even know how to invest. You can have the money to invest. Like somebody could give you something, but you don't know how to use it. What I started to do is figure out how I could leverage what I know how to do. I know how to do camera work. So I'm like, dang, I was gonna pay to get the knowledge or pay to be next to somebody. And I did. I actually came out of pocket. I probably lost like 6-8 bands dealing with those people. You feel what I'm saying? Now, instead of me leveraging money, everybody know content is in demand. I'm gonna leverage my camera skills. You feel me? So like, if you could show me how to do what you do, I could do what I do for you instead of you paying me and me being a bill. You could, you feel what I'm saying? Show me how to get more paid. People want to limit their expenses. You don't gotta make me an expense. You just show me the game. It could be real estate. It could be selling cars. It could be anything that could help me or help you get where you want to be. It don't necessarily have to be outside of the realm of video cameras, but y'all know I do videos and y'all know my skills is up to par. So I'm like, I could use that. Something that somebody would pay 5-10 bands for. And I'm doing this to show y'all game on how y'all can leverage stuff, how y'all can leverage, you know, I mean, personally, what I do and what people want. If people want something or is in demand and you got it, don't always have to be a money transaction. If they got something that you want, boom, that's what they call it. But like trade and commerce, I'm like, dang, I want to get into real estate. You should want to have real estate in your portfolio. They say 95% of people that became rich got real estate in their portfolio, whether if it was all stocks, being in a NBA, NFL, you feel what I'm saying? They all invested in real estate because they know that's something that's going to appreciate and has been proven to appreciate over time. That's something that you could buy and sell. That's something that you could get somebody else to sell, middleman. They got all different, you could be a realtor. You feel what I'm saying? So I'm like, I want to learn this. So I'm going to go to a GOAT. I seen bro a couple times online before I met him in person. You feel what I'm saying? So when I met him in person, it was a bunch of real estate investors. It probably was like a good 7-8 in the room. But bro seemed like the most genuine. And I've dealt with real estate people in the past, but just transactional. Like I'm shooting for them. But if I bring up the fact that I want to get into what you got, people don't really respect you to get into they league. You feel what I'm saying? Oh no, you a cameraman. I'm not saying they saying this, but this is what they thinking. You a cameraman, I'm gonna keep you as a cameraman. And they not intentionally keeping you down, but they not really respecting you as a real estate investor because they don't see that you invested in anything. But I invested in my skill, and I think that's enough for me to, exchange. You feel what I'm saying? But like I said, I seen bro was genuine, so I hit him up like, dang, you know what I mean? How can we, you feel me? So that was in Miami. Next week, we say to Atlanta. He in Atlanta for an event, a mastermind event. So he called me out that joint. You feel me? Like, yo, come out here with me, shoot with me. It was no money. He paid for the flight and all that. So when somebody putting they money out there, it's kind of like they're investing in you, but they also investing in what they need from you too. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like an even exchange. And once I seen he was genuine, he flew me out there. I'm like, oh, all right, cool. Now I feel more willing to do stuff for bro because I see he not selfish. I see that he believe what I'm saying. You feel what I'm saying? So as it go on, I'll let y'all know how I progress. But right now we in a stage where I'm gonna be transparent with y'all. My credit wasn't bad. Like I said, I fixed my credit, but somebody went against my situation and did something out of Atlanta. That's crazy that we met in Atlanta. I mean, well, he flew me out of Atlanta, but the situation happened in Atlanta with my credit. They opened up an apartment or whatever, put it in my name. It cost however much, you know what I mean? They banged me in the head, you feel me? But whole time it wasn't me. So he like, he going to do all that and we'll see how I go after that. So that's the phase that we in now. Already showed favor by giving him, content that's probably worth, I would say the content that I did on top of me traveling and taking time out of like business from home. You know what I mean? I would say I probably did like $1,200 worth of work if I had to put a price on what I did. Probably more because it was day shoots, and a day shoot for me, I started at 800. So a day shoot could be 800, and the bits and pieces of the content, I'll take that out of there depending on how much clip. Like I say, I clip 10 short form pieces of content out of that day clip. That might run like 800, 900, maybe to $1,000 because now you taking me away from, I probably had like $600 at home waiting for me for them days that you took me away. But also I know that what he's going to have to offer me is way more than $1,200. Like I said, his masterminds might be like $5,000, $10,000, $15,000, $20,000. So if I had to put a price on it, which I don't want to, but you always got to look at things and give and take. It's just tug of war life, bro. That's yin and yang, that's plus and minus, negative, positive. That's just how the life work. You can't try to sugarcoat it. You feel what I'm saying? So like I said, I showed favor by giving him content without seeing what he could do for me, but he did promise that he will do it, and I took his word. Is in the process. You feel what I'm saying? He told me it was in the process, and he showed me favor. He showed good favor by flying me out, not having me pay for my stuff and stuff like that. Cause somebody would be like, yeah, boom, boom, boom. They in position to do certain things for you to make the relationship easy, but they don't do it. Be like, all right, yeah, I got somewhere for you to stay. If you book your ticket it out. But here's the thing. That's how you know somebody that really got, they can afford to, they will. A lot of people that be rah, when it come down to it, if y'all get what I'm saying, y'all get what I'm saying. A lot of people that be rah, when they come down to it, they don't got nothing to show, or they be like, dang, I thought you was like that. Here's the thing. He's giving me the game, but he's also giving the audience the game. So it's like killing two birds with one stone. As I'm asking him questions from a standpoint of somebody that's trying to get into the game, he's talking to people that's trying to get into the game on the other side of the camera too. You feel me? So it's killing two birds with one stone, and it's good both ways because I'm learning how new ways to, clip farm and all this crazy stuff, bro. But I just wanted to get on here and say that I don't want to leave. I don't think I would ever stop working with cameras. You feel what I'm saying? I love it too much. I think since I was a young boy, I've had the passion for it. I just ain't know. But I do want to get into real estate because then I won't have to depend on the camera stuff as the bread and butter income, if that make any sense. It would be more of I love to do it, so I wouldn't even care if I'm charging somebody. Of course I'd charge somebody, but I wouldn't even care if I was charging somebody because the time is money. So if I got something else that's paying for, let's say 2 years worth of living, if it costs me $20,000, $30,000 to live a year, however much, let's say I got 60 bands from my real estate stuff, I don't have to depend on the next client, where they coming from. And business been going good. That's crazy because that's the most momentum I had in 2025 as a videographer. So I wouldn't have to depend on that though. if I had the bigger bag, and the bigger bag come from playing with the credit. The bigger bag come from getting into the real estate, and I could fix credit knowing what I know. I wouldn't be able to do it as good as somebody that's really into the credit and consumer law and all that crazy stuff. But I could, AI to out that. You feel me? And I know people now that I've been doing this probably for like the last 2-3 years, was 2025. Probably started like linking on the real estate and entrepreneur side in like 2022. Knowing the people that I know, and like I said, I could exchange, and the people that I know, they really be needing content because everybody needs that. Put me in the forefront. And if you good at what you do, it might get easier over the years because the AI technology, but right now, camera people are in demand because we know how to work the camera, know how to work the lighting, know what to shoot in, know how to deliver the product. You feel what I'm saying? So even if AI could do it for you, they really don't got that. Like, my eye is different from the next person. Who's to say who's better? You feel what I'm saying? But my eye is different, and people might come to me for my eye or my editing technique or my editing skills. You feel what I'm saying? So it's personal for real. It's a personal preference. But the people that I know in that realm, I could easily say, yo, show me how to do what you do, and we could do like a little contract. Me and him is like an open contract. It's not even really a contract. There's no time expiration on it or no amount of pieces of content or, dealings. And I don't mind it because I like being, but it's kind of like a partnership, or, like I'm like we a team. And that's how I look at it. I don't know if he look at it like that, but is real wholesome, it's real thorough. But I could offer them like, yo, I could give you, I could do 3 months worth of content for you, break it down, boo boo bop, 666 or whatever, however much pieces of content I gotta deliver. And you show me how to do what you do. People will bite at that because it's exchange for something that's like, I made my money. I don't want to come out of pocket of what I made because I have this bargaining chip to get me more than just a videographer. This bargaining chip can get my kids, It's the biggest bargaining chip in the world is coin currency. But if I'm offering you that, you can keep your money in your pocket. It's like we got credit now. I just lost like 10 minutes of good shit, but I'm gonna try to run it back. But where I seen the video left off was, instead of giving me money and me becoming an expense, we could really just trade commerce. That's how it was before money came along, before the coin came along. It could be a skill, it could be a product, it could be information. As long as you got something that somebody want, y'all can really exchange, you feel me? So I appreciate bro, and I hope he let me, throw a lot of this stuff in here, but the value that he been giving is like, if I could go do something like, let's say for example, it costs me, it might take me 4 hours, to edit something that somebody paid like $400 for or whatever, you feel what I'm saying? Somebody that's employed, it might take them a whole week to make that $400, $500. It might only take me a day because of my skill that I learned, you feel me? So just take that to a bigger scale. It might take somebody like a week in a real estate game to make 20 bands, 50 bands, knowing what they know. If you wanted to build your business, right, you would have to hire more employees. And that's labor. Like, even if you step back from the business and it's running, you pay the manager, you giving them a salary to run the whole, you got like 4 or 5, 6 employees under them, and your business is rolling. It's not the same as real estate. You don't have to W-2 a crib or 1099 a crib. Is like, house doesn't have to labor for you. You put it there and everybody else has to labor to stay there. You feel what I'm saying? So it's not fully passive, and I don't think anything can ever be fully passive because it's something has to make the world go round. Something gotta make the wheel turn. You feel what I'm saying? But you do less for more when you get into real estate. Like I said, I would have to work all these hours and put in and go to all these different places, get all these different clients just to make 50 bands. And I say just to make 50 bands because 50 bands ain't nothing to a real estate mogul. They making that in a week, 2 weeks. You feel what I'm saying? And it'll take me all that time to. The house is going to work for itself, basically. You might have to do maintenance and stuff like that, but for that whole year, 2 years is just, you feel, and you always got the opportunity to sell it. You feel what I'm saying? Uncle Sam, and that's the thing. Even though you paying those taxes, Uncle Sam always gonna get his. Shout out to Rod G's, right? He was on live the other day. And he was saying, Uncle Sam, the biggest gangster. Make a lot of sense. Shout out to bro, he doing this thing, he going up. And I hope he, more success. I'm not saying that to be passive, because bro, I'm giving you your flowers. This a funny story. We had met him a couple years ago. It probably was like 2021, 2022. It was him, D-Sturdy, Too Rare, Zasosa, and a couple other people. We was interviewing him, and my little brother knew who he was. I'm like, I don't know who Cuz was. So he walked up to him, interviewed him, yo. And I'm not being passive about my comment. Like I said, I'm giving bro his flowers because he made me want to get into Twitch. And you feel me? But Manny started interviewing my little brother. Manny started interviewing him. He like, yeah, I was the first one on TikTok. I don't know if he was trolling Soulja Boy because at the time, Soulja Boy was saying he was the first to go on the moon. You feel what I'm saying? He was the whatever. But he was like, I was the first person on TikTok. He either said TikTok or Twitch. I was the first nigga on there. Philly niggas wasn't on there.
All the Philly niggas wasn't on TikTok, bro. I was the first one on TikTok. They like, if your boyfriend do TikTok, he a I stay hopped on there, bro. Look at everybody now, bro. I was on there first, bro.
This was before the content really was coming to the forefront. Like Casanet, nobody ain't know who Casanet and none of them was unless you was in the Twitch community. Now he a household name. You feel what I'm saying? He like a Jay-Z or a Drake. They household names. Brian James, a Kobe. They household names now. But before at that time, it was like unless you was into that space, because Twitch had a line between it. It's like Discord right now. It's a line between it. It didn't really cross over to the mainstream of the majority. Now everybody know about him. Your grandma probably know who Casanet is, etc. You feel what I'm saying? But at the time, he was like, yeah, I was the first one on there, and he was bubbling. I didn't see it because I wasn't into the fucking TikTok and Twitch and all that. I was trying to cross over from the streets still. You feel what I'm saying? Doing the shit that wasn't really, it looked good, but it wasn't really good. You feel what I'm saying? But fast forward, bro taking off, and I wish more success to him because I be watching this stuff. I be like, okay. And this another little thing. I was scared. I say in the last 4 months, I just started showing my presence of support because it was Rod G's, who else? Oh, that's Miz, and I know Young Boy personally. Like we played ball around the way, and I'm like, yeah, bro, I'm proud of you. Even my man Ant Brown. A lot of people, I wouldn't say scared to show support. I guess you could say that. I was scared to show support because a lot of people look down on you when you seem fanned out. But a lot of times in the city, a thorough nigga, even if he give him like some calm compliment, people will still look at that. Oh, you dick eating and stuff like that. So I'm getting out of the mood, or I'm getting out of the habit of thinking about other people's thoughts. Like stop thinking about other people's thoughts. Cause who the fuck cares? Even if the person, you feel what I'm saying? I said this on live the other day, but even if and you gotta be strategic on how you move too, still. But even if the person kind of look at you bad, as long as you deliver your like a compliment or what's that called? You acknowledge them in a thorough way, no matter how they respond, you still, on some shit. Like it don't, like that's not dicky. It's different from motherfuckers rather than, yo, I like what you're doing. You know what I mean? Calm shit. And just keep it pushing. If you want to, you don't always have to, and you don't have to be forced to, even by yourself, to say, I fuck with you, bro. Like, you don't gotta let a motherfucker know that you fuck with him. But if you really want to let them know that you fuck with them, just do it in a way where as though you don't feel like a dickhead after however, whatever the response is. You feel me? Like, motherfuckers look at it outside and like, oh, all right, that was thorough. I ain't had to do that to him, or ain't had to, bro was being on some thorough calm shit. You feel what I'm saying? Not trying to be on some Will Smith kiss you on the cheek and get smacked shit. You feel what I'm saying? Nonetheless, back to my point, he was talking about the taxes. And Jay-Z said something too. It was like, what he said? He said it in a Meek Mill song. He said something about my accountants. I'm practically living tax-free. Accounting so good, I'm practically living tax-free, bro. To bring this full circle, I know sometimes it be long-winded, but I be giving y'all little bits and pieces in between my non-common conversations. You feel me? If you know how to work everything is a game. Whether if you in the NBA game, you in a race car game, you in the camera game, because it's all a game, it's all a league. If you learn how to play that game, taxes is a game of itself. That's why they got tax professionals and tax time. Like, it's actually a period of time where you have everything is just like the whole world, at least the United States, focus on taxes. So it's a game. You learn how to play that game and you get good enough. You know how to move money around and assets and how nonprofits and stuff. You could be practically living tax free. You can't do that as an employee. You can't do that as a person that's working. You could work for somebody, because even as an entrepreneur, you working for your clients. You working for your property. You working for your kids. You always gonna be working for somebody if you're not a bum and you actually care about life. But on a tax game, you could be living damn near tax free if you know how to work it, or if you hire somebody that know how to work that. And then the last couple days, even I hope he let me click for him this one joint. I hope he let me click this one piece where he was talking about taxes and how he moved his money around. It was different from the original way on seeing how people might buy property and then take the equity out, or when they sell it, instead of pulling the money out of it, they roll it into another investment so that it could be taxed, like it's non-tax, because they invested it back into another property after they sold it. Now I seen that way, but he broke it down in a way. I'm gonna try to find that joint.
Like say for instance, if I go get a property and I refi it, like the money that I get from the refi, I gotta pay that back, but then I'll probably go buy 2 more properties. And one of the properties I'm gonna own free and clear. You know what I'm saying? So now
The money that you took out on that, okay,
is able to buy this and everything else. So I own it free and clear. So now this property, I'm probably getting $1,500. This property, but I got $1,000 mortgage. But now I got this free and clear property. I'm getting $1,500 as well, but I don't have no mortgage. So now out of that money I pulled out, I'm getting $3,000 a month every month, but I only got like $1,000 mortgage on there. And then also, if I'm ever in a bind and I need some bread, I still got that property that I own free and clear. I'm not gonna sell it. I just go pull the equity out.
Yeah. So I ain't gonna say I ain't gonna be long-winded. I already was long-winded. If you did stay this long, it probably like a 1% watch through rate. You know what I'm saying? But if you stayed this long, I appreciate you. If you find value in this video or in what I was saying in any type of way, I know I missed a little bit of a lot because, like I said, the camera was running for 10 minutes and my microphone receiver died. But let me know in the comments what y'all found most valuable about what I said, bro, because I'm not doing this to get the views. Don't get me wrong. I am doing this to get the views. I'm not doing this to only get the views, because niggas could go out there and do some dumb shit to go viral. So I'm not really doing it just for views. I'm trying to do it so whereas though I'm helping me and helping other people. I'm trying to give value while I'm getting y'all views. How can I put that to make it a bar? Get value. I'm trying to give value, get y'all view. I'm trying to finesse it to make that shit sound on fire, brother. Let me know if that was ass too. Cause I be thinking, bro, I literally, as I was shooting, this how wild my mind has been since I've been here. While I was shooting, bro, I wrote 2 freestyles as I'm shooting. I'll show y'all that clip. Like I'm Devon 1700 John. He was talking some, like I've been in the entrepreneurial spirit. I mean, I said it wrong, but I know how I spell it. Stop digging. But ENTRAPREUR. I'm doing 52 weeks. I mean, that's how many weeks is in a normal year, right? Every Friday, Freestyle Friday. Funny thing is, it started on Friday, and I did it to the Friday song. I know they proud of me on a Friday. That's what made me like, yo, I'ma just keep doing these joints. You feel me? So that's ironic. So now I do them every Friday. I'm on the 16th one. I'm on the 17th one. I probably just wrote 17 and 18. And somebody comment, oh, they not freestyles if they not off the top. No, dummy, that's an off the top freestyle. It's freestyles where people go in. It's freestyles when people could go in the booth and freestyle off the top, but they be punch-ins too, you feel me? Like, all right, I think 2 bars, I rap 2 bars, I think 2 bars, I rap 2 bars, might get a 4, might get a, you feel what I'm saying, a run. But a lot of the times, freestyles is remixes. People, I mean, let me show me a nigga that's really spitting off the top. On Eminem not even spitting fire shit off the top as if it was written. Come on, bro. Like, I'm not on that. I ain't even got time to memorize it. And a lot of times if I memorize it, it's because I either been knew it or I was really, I had time that week. But I probably only memorized like 4 or 5 of them out of 16. And the rest of them, I'm like, man, like, I want to keep delivering and showing people the skills, but I don't want to be trying to break my brain about remembering this shit for who? For y'all? I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck either. Y'all came here for the content. Y'all came here for the bars. I ain't come here for my feelings. So fuck how y'all feeling. No disrespect if y'all one of them people that just be looking at the glaze or whatever. But more power to you. Listen, if you a glazer, you a glazer. But back to my point. I got 16 out of 52. 16 out of 52 freestyles. And as I was recording today, I was like writing them. So the first joint that came to mind was the 1700 freestyle joint. And that's an old Gucci beat. And it probably came out before Gucci. It was like, dun, 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 dun. And I was in the entrepreneurial spirit. So a lot of stuff I was spitting. And that joint was about like, I mean, the past and what niggas on now. You feel what I'm saying? Like, I ain't even start popping my shit. Yeah, I'm a wordsmith. He said, I ain't even start popping my shit. Yeah, I'm a wordsmith, but I've been in the back trying to open up doors or something. I said some crazy shit, but it's crazy because it was on some, the first 3 bars was relative to real estate. Like, I've been in the back trying locksmith. I've been behind the scenes trying to get in the door, you know what I mean? Because they ain't let me in the front of this bitch, you know what I mean? So I'm basically talking about a house. And a lot of the freestyles, I'm going through them joints as I'm talking about them. So the last freestyle I put out was the Kanye West joint, Preacher Man. And I was talking about how niggas, this was 2 weeks ago. And I put the freestyle last week. And I think I wrote that joint the same day. It was like, I mean, we was just out the Poconos, and it made me feel like some slavery because of the field, but it was owned by a black man. It was real shit, because even as we was up there, that's the type of shit that they was talking about that, I mean, I connected with. They was talking about how, I mean, this land was, I mean, it make you feel like, one young boy, like, it make you feel like a plantation on some funny shit. He was trolling, but still, a lot of the stuff, I gathered, I display that, because before, it was like, it was easy to rap and talking about niggas doing shit in the streets and stuff like that. But as you go on in life, what you gonna keep talking? Even niggas that get out the streets, they still be talking about the streets. So it's like, that's not growing. What are you doing right now? Or how can you break down a day? Show me how you can break down a day. I can break down my whole day right now. That's real skills. And make it sound fire. I mean, similes, synonyms, flow. A lot of niggas be stuck with 1-2 flows. I probably ran through 100 flows, no bullshit. Like you my mans. But I probably ran through 100 flows, and I can show and prove. I got over 500 songs. This is not, what's they call that shit? It's not no flex. If I wanted to flex, I would flex in a different way. And I don't even like doing that shit, because I don't like to make people feel less of who they are because of who I am. You feel me? But I got over 500 flow. I say that I got over 500 songs. I'm probably over 700 songs now. And a lot of them was ass. They beginning songs, probably like 5-10-year-old songs. And the first 300, probably the first 400 was poop. You feel me? I ain't get good until, you know what I mean? I came home from jail. I probably ain't even get good till I came home from, I was alright, but I ain't get good till I came out that depression shit. But yeah, the songs, like I got all those songs, so like I know how to, I done had 500 songs worth of flow practice, 500 songs worth of breath practice, 500 songs. It was at a point where I could freestyle on some Eminem shit. And I think Peter, my man Byron, he used to be like, yo, I only listen to you and M in the car. You feel what I'm saying? He really loved Eminem. Peter, my sister too, man. I love y'all. But not on no passive aggression shit. I really love y'all. If I'm talking fast, I gotta slow it down and shit. Like I miss y'all. Like I don't do the tears and all that, but that should be tearing me apart sometimes. You feel me? Oh, that's a bar. But I was really on some shit at one point where though I could really freestyle and not be saying the same shit. I don't sound redundant. I'm actually pulling words from out of thin air and, you know, creating whole schemes with them. It might be not a 3-bar, probably like a 2-bar scheme off of like Coffee Pot. I'm gonna let da-da-da and all it rot. You feel what I'm saying? The piece in the words. And I learned a lot of that from Kendrick Lamar and Eminem. I studied rappers at one point in time. You feel what I'm saying? You can say this the music segment. I might not even put this in the main joint. But I studied rappers at one point in time. And the top 3 people I found most interesting was probably Jay-Z. You know what I mean? Because he did it at a height. Whereas though you still have to maintain who you are in that space. At the time where everybody was crashing out, like niggas was crashing out and dying, and he doing it at a level of a CEO. You feel what I'm saying? But Jay-Z, Eminem, because his schemes, what do they call it? I know it's a rhyme scheme, but like the patterns and all that was crazy. And the other person I seen do it at that level was Twista, but it was fast. Twista, Busta Rhymes, and Kendrick. Kendrick did it at a level of, you know, wordsmith type shit and, you know, purpose. Twista did it was on some type time, like he talking about the girls and he just want to hit every bar and make it, you know, but he wasn't really saying too much that it hit home. Kendrick do that. Eminem was, you know, a character animated, but a lot of the times it was like, oh snap, how you even think about that? On some Lil Wayne stuff, like, dang, how you think about that, bro? And then Busta Rhymes was always animated. Man, animated, not as fast as Twista, but you know what I mean? Those are the people I studied for like rhyme schemes. And I studied a lot of people, bro. I'm talking about from Jeezy to Jadakiss to Thad, NBA Youngboy. I mean, it wasn't just old niggas. Like, it was at a time where I was studying people that was out before my time. What's bro name? But Jazzy. Not Jay-Z, but Jazzy O. Who else? What's the other boy that got cooked? that did that freestyle with Jay-Z. I got you on save right now, but I don't want to go in my notes. What was bro name? Dang, I know y'all know, and I know y'all probably saying it on the other side of the screen. It was Jay-Z. I'm having a blank right now. I don't even want to go on my phone. That's a cop-out. I studied a lot of people. Of course Drake, of course Cole, of course Kendrick, because that was the era that I was coming up in. So I studied them. That was just a second nature because they was getting played everywhere. But once you start diving into who they was before they was who they are, you feel what I'm saying? Like, I'm talking about Comeback Season. I'm talking about Kendrick Heart 1 and 2. I'm talking about J. Cole. Not even the Friday Night Lights. I'm talking about what came out before Friday Night Lights. The Come Up. You feel what I'm saying? Like, all that stuff. Like, I dive deep. If I find out where you at, I want to see where you was. And a lot of them dudes was like, if Drake didn't have ghostwriters before he did, like, you know, Take Care and Thank Me Later and all that, he was a beast. But what he say? He said, I used to be a Jay-Z, I used to be a J. Cole, Drake Bible, but he said, I would have so many friends. That's the thing he said on Game. I would have so many friends if I didn't go pop and I just stayed on some conscious stuff. Because as a conscious rapper, Drake was crazy, bro. Even it wasn't fully conscious, but it was like, it was wordplay, bro. It was backpack. Heavy backpack. You know, knowledge, experience backpack. But what's bull name, bro? He got cooked. I got a cop out, y'all. It was Jay-Z. Sometimes when I forget something, I gotta go through my alphabets. A, B, C, D, E, no Diddy, G, H. If I get through the whole alphabets and I don't got it, then you mean J, K, Big L. Boom. Wow. The crazy thing is a letter. Big L, bro. Big L. He did a freestyle with Jay-Z. That joint probably like 6-9 minutes. Jay-Z cooked him, but before Jay-Z became who he was in those prime years, I wouldn't say prime years, but in those like crucial years, Big L was the Jay-Z on the rapping tip. You feel what I'm saying? What he say? All I got for just heart and bubble gum. But yeah, Big L, bro, I studied him crazy. And just everybody, bro. Everybody that was, you mean? Big, my manager at one point, I'll tell y'all that story another time. Well, you mean, I almost got signed like twice, but my manager at one point had me doing all these crazy freestyles. I should drop like a whole tape with just off old school freestyles and show y'all the progress I was and how I rapped down and how I rapped then, like on some documentary shit. But probably was like 10 of them joints. Jay-Z, Blueprint, what's the boy name? KRS-One. I studied KRS-One for that little bit of time. I wasn't too interested because that's when Boom Bap, that was the era they was coming out of Boom Bap. You know what I mean? Big Daddy Kane and all that. Rakim, you know what I mean? Like all that. It was coming out of the So it was kind of boring to me because I came up in the era of similes and metaphors and putting words together, like word schemes, you feel me? And that was really just real simplistic. The music at the time, I understand the culture of what it was. How long I've been running? 28 minutes? Damn. I understand the culture of what it was, bro, but I couldn't get too into it. But I did have them on the board for a little minute. Like, dang, because what I want to know is, even if it's not music, I want to know what make people so interesting. Like why, like my little brother would tell me, we seen somebody truck, like a famous boy truck in Jersey one time. And it was like, yo, I never heard of Bull at all. And even when he went to his grandma, like, I never seen Bull. But I want to know why he's so interesting. Like when the kids be watching other kids on YouTube doing something that they could be doing, like running around the house in a Hulk costume, like, why are you sitting here watching this? Like, what make this so interesting? It's not that I want to do it. I just want to understand why you interested in, kind of like on a psychological tip, I guess. Like, you mean, like psychology. Like, I want to understand. But I was just interested in why these old fuckers, you mean, like what made them who they was back then. So the freestyle was 7 minutes. Big L and Jay-Z 7-minute freestyle. That's a legendary joint. Every time I want to get in my bag or something, I go listen to that. You feel what I'm saying? There's a couple songs that I listen to that get in my bag. So the songs that I listen, let me click this. The couple songs that I listen to that get in my bag as an artist, I'm gonna give y'all my top 3, since I got 3 in my name. Big L, Jay-Z, 7-minute freestyle. Kid Cudi, 50 Ways to Make a Record. And the last joint, I wanna say it's a cold joint. Can I do 4? If I could do 4, Congratulations by Drake. And then J. Cole, dang, I don't even think J. Cole in there. He my favorite rapper, but he ain't even got no push button for me. Congratulations was the first song I heard from Drake, but yeah, that's my top 3. That's my top 3, man. So yeah, those my songs. I don't know what y'all startup songs is like that make y'all like, oh no, okay. It give you that chill, like this the reason why I got into it. You feel what I'm saying? And not a lot of songs do that. But yeah, man. Yeah. And Kendrick always a fire starter too. Like if I really want to study somebody and be like, all right, I gotta learn how they thinking, how to like what put they brain where is at. I'll go listen to a couple Kendrick songs. Of course, the Heart. I want to say Heart Part 4. It might have been Heart Part 3. Whatever joint that he got J on that joint, but rap there, of course. Got Me Breathing with Dragons. I cracked the egg in your backseat. He did. Amen. I listened to that joint and Backseat Freestyle. They always get me turned. Backseat Freestyle, not so much. I mean, it was an anthem at the time, so I listened to it the other day. It wasn't. I mean, but I'm running on, bro. That's all that's on my brain right now. I mean, thank y'all for like, comment, subscribe, or don't. I don't really care. I just want to practice on this content. If you're a content creator, more power to you, and keep going, because just like anything that take a lot out of you, if it was easy, everybody would be doing it. So you don't want easy. You could have easy, but a lot of people don't respect easy. A lot of people respect the grind. A lot of people respect what it took for you. Like, that's why every time you see somebody like, yo, like, how can I because they know you went through the like in the background, you know what I mean? So I see y'all in the next joint. Yeah. Get into real estate, get into stocks, get into something that's going grow your money without you trying. That's the point of this whole video, and the fact that I love doing music. So, shake slide. Let's go.